What is up? Welcome to our last part of the quadratic equation under the completing square method. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do is just now to solve and apply some of the key concepts in the quadratic equation, which is specifically now completing the square method. Okay, now in these examples, I'm going to make the more emphasis about what are you supposed to do if the coefficient of x squared is there is a coefficient, meaning a number in front of x squared, or if there is no coefficient in front of the x squared. So how can you just solve such kind of a quadratic equation using a complete square method? Okay, so now let's dive into it. Okay, now the first procedure is to ensure that this number in front of x squared, there is a number there. So you have to divide throughout by that number, okay, so that we make the coefficient of x squared to be just 1. So rule number 1 is always, when you are using the complete square method, the coefficient, okay, so the coefficient in front of x should always be made to be 1. Okay. So this is going to be x squared plus 4x minus half equals to 0. And then now after you do that, the second step, or the other thing that you're supposed to understand, is this constant number, okay, should be thrown to the right hand side. Okay, so throw it to the right hand side. Okay, now once you do that, then now you can find half, okay, half of this 4x, meaning half of 4, and then you square it. After you find that, you add it to both sides of the equation. Okay, so half so this is going to be just half. It's 2. So half of 2, half of 4 is 2, and then you square it. Okay. From there now we're going to say x squared, okay, x squared plus so after you find the half of 4, which is 2, you have to add that half of 4 on both sides of the equation, okay, so that now you can be able to complete the square by means of factorization now. So now you can see that I've got square, so this thing I can put them together and then also apply the law of factorization. So this is going to be x plus 2, then squared, okay, then this is going to be half plus 2 to the power 2, this is just 4. Okay, so factorize there, meaning x bracket, open bracket, x plus 2, close bracket, to the power 2, the power 2 equals to half plus 4. So this is going to be simplified there, half plus this, put over 1, then find the lowest common denominator. This is 1 plus 8, so 1, that's 2 times that. So this is going to be 9 over 2. Okay. So this evaluates to 9 over 2. So from there, so you apply. So now at that stage you introduce the square root, meaning after the equal sign, the moment you introduce the square root, you say plus or minus, and then this is going to cancel. So x plus 2 equals to plus or minus. Okay, so the square root of this is the same as saying 9 over square root of 2. Okay, so this is going to be plus or minus 3 over the square root of 2. So now once you just reach there, okay, you're almost done, and then what you just need to do is find the final answer now. Here this is going to be x equals to plus or minus. Okay, so now the square root of 2 is an approximation. 2 is not a perfect number, so the square root of 2 is an approximation, meaning square root of 2 equals to 1.4, and then this 2 crosses over the equal sign, becomes minus 2. Then what you can just do is plus or minus. Okay. So you can also have or x equals to negative 3 over 1.4 minus 2. Okay. Okay, so those are the two answers for the for that quadratic equation under the method of completing square. So I hope all you have to do is now go and practice, and then see and be able to see how you can just figure out to find or rather calculate the value of x and just so on. Okay, so if you like the video, please don't forget to smash the like button, and then also share to your relatives as well as also to your families and friends who might actually love the same video, or whom you think they might also like this kind of a video, and also anyone whom you think you can be able to share with this kind of content. So it's Viber, and this is Radical Academy. Now let's before I forget, let's now solve the last part of the completing square method as an example, and then this will come to the conclusion of the end of the video under completing square method. So please let us continue. Yeah.